ready to roll? Yes, we are. Hello everyone, welcome back to It's a Hard Crohn's Life. I hope you are all okay. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome back to the vlogs. A lot of it is just helping, sharing tips, sharing things that, you know, will help you and things that I've found really helpful throughout the years. I was diagnosed about 12, maybe getting on for 13 years ago now, so it's a long time that I've had to sort of navigate this illness and share everything that I know possible, because where I was 6 years ago when I did my last video to where I am now is just worlds apart. And I feel like it used to take me a long time to sort of bounce back after a flare, and now it's kind of like I've got to a place where I can really bounce back quick, and I think that's mainly because of headspace and certain things I do every single day that help with that. And I want to share them things with you because if they can help in any way, shape or form, that's what I want to do. Just talking, reflecting, sharing, and just anything else with an ing on the end. But yeah, no, seriously, I really hope that these help you this time around. And for anyone new, I hope that you see my old videos and also find them beneficial, because as much as I look at them back and cringe, I know a lot of people look back at them and find them helpful. So yeah, with all that being said, I'm gonna stop rambling, and the first thing I'm gonna do, obviously I've just had my breakfast, and the first thing I'm gonna do today is get out in the sun because it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day, and this little dog, Daisy, wants to go out for a walk. One of the main things I've been doing is, and no matter how bad I feel, I've been getting out for a walk every single day in the sunlight. If you are working and on your lunch break, just stay off your phone and just take in your surroundings and just get some fresh air, you know? It makes the world of difference. And if I'm having a day where I'm just feeling just really fatigued, I mean, we're not talking tired, we're talking, you know the drill, it's not nice, I just make myself go. You don't have to go 100 miles an hour, you can just go out, get a bit of fresh air. And is that a wasp? Oh, not again. I shouldn't have worn yellow on a day like this. So that's the aim for today, to just get out, get a bit of fresh air, and yeah, let's get going. Lovely. How nice are them gardens where I go to? It's only 5 minutes from my house and it's just beautiful over there. And it was only a couple of years ago that we actually found that. So wherever you live, just try and find somewhere that's got some nice gardens or a beautiful park, just a little bit of greenery. I'm not even going to edit that out. A greenery, just for you to, you know, just take in the surroundings. It's only been recently that I've more done that, mainly because I've got into trees. That's a whole nother story. Let's not get into that today. Yeah, what I wanted to talk to you about today, this afternoon, was about my most recent hospital admission and how differently I've dealt with it this time round. I cannot believe the difference between when I used to get admitted to hospital, and we all know how traumatic it all is. None of it's nice. It is traumatic is the only word I can use, and that is how I can describe November for me. I was in hospital for nearly 2 weeks and it was awful. So the reason that I ended up in hospital, and a lot of people have actually been asking this, why I ended up there when I was doing so well. So basically, I'd say in September sort of time, I decided to come off of my treatment that was working really well. And you might think, why have you come off of it? But I'd been on it for 4 years. I'd been on it, and they said to me, obviously we know these drugs are quite strong. So they said to me, look, you've been doing really well for such a long time. Why don't you trial coming off of it? And I genuinely felt like it was the right time. I really, in my heart, thought it was gonna work. I was gonna come off of it, and I was just gonna manage it with diet, and everything's gonna be okay. It wasn't okay at all. Well, it was, I suppose, for the first 3 months. And as soon as 3 months hit, I went into possibly the worst flare I've ever had. I think this time round, I was very aware that obviously I've got children to look after on top of this flare. So I did my ultimate best until it got to the point where I had to go to A&E. It was so frightening, and I was so weak by this point that by the time I got admitted, my blood was critically low. Now, I really want to discuss this with you because I feel so strongly about it. A lot of us really deal with fatigue, and I'd been suffering with that for a very long time, long before I even come off my treatment. Long before, you know, long before anything. We're talking, I've never really not suffered with fatigue. And I got to the point where I've had all my bloods done, everything's fine. Why am I losing so much blood? How is it possible that I'm not anemic? So after they did all the iron tests, everything come back fine, I pleaded with them. I said, please, please, is there any other more in-depth iron test, blood test you can do to check my iron level? Only then, when they did this extra blood test, they found that I was critically low on iron, where they did the usual hemoglobin and iron tests, and everything was coming back absolutely fine. I don't understand this. Why is this happening? Stop it. I don't understand why this would keep happening, because it makes me think that how many of you guys are having an iron test, a blood test, and it's coming back absolutely fine. So if you feel like you're losing a lot of blood, but you're still not anemic, or for any other reason you might feel like you could be, then ask them to do more in-depth tests, because it was only then that it came back that it was critically low. I can't believe that I could barely walk 3 months ago, and now I'm feeling the best I've ever felt in years. And that's how quick things can change round. So I just think positive thinking and meditation, wait there just for a minute, okay. I can't explain to you how much meditation has helped. Every night in hospital, I did it before bed. And if I woke up, we know how steroids affect us. If I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, I would meditate to help me go back to sleep. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to go back to sleep, because steroids are just, once you're awake, ting, you're awake. And that really, really helped. I think I'll probably do another video about steroids, because that is just, that's a whole nother world. The things that these drugs can do to you is just, it's scary. So I think I'll do a video on its own about steroids, without a doubt. But I think this one, this time round, is more about the little things that have helped. Evening primrose oil, I have raved about this over and over again, and I cannot explain to you how important it is for me. I can't take that when you're pregnant or anything. So I came off of it and really noticed the difference. So straight away after, I was back on it. For anxiety wise, and I know a lot of you suffer with anxiety through the medications, through just the pure anxiety of the disease in its own form. It's anxiety provoking, and I think that they really, really helped me. I haven't had a panic attack for, I'd probably say, about 5 or 6 years now. And that's saying such a lot, because back then it was a regular thing for me. I had no idea that it was medications that was causing that. So I just think that being mindful of what certain things can be causing it is one thing. So if you're in a state where you feel like you're very anxious or you're suffering with panic attacks, then I would urge you to give it a go, because you've got nothing to lose with these natural products. I'm also going to link the person that I meditate. I follow a guided meditation, and for me this one isn't a breathing one, it is just listening. It's just a listening one, and it's so calming. It's so calming that it can only make you feel better. I think I noticed a difference. Well, I was in hospital for nearly 2 weeks, and I noticed a difference. I did it every single night. I would say after about 4 or 5 days, I noticed a difference. I was so calm in hospital. I was as ill as I was, and I was getting up all through the night just losing blood. It was frightening, and I thought I was going to die at one point. I remember my husband coming and sitting with me during the day, and I remember him saying to me, just have a nap, I'll just have a sleep. And I was frightened to go asleep. I was frightened to go asleep because I thought I was, oh my God, I'm not going to get emotional, but I can't believe where I am now to how I was then. It was frightening that I was frightened to go asleep because I thought I might die. It's at that point where the meditation it helped and it kicked in, and it made me more able to just deal with the whole traumatic experience. I can't believe that something so simple can help your brain so much, and help you to deal with something like that so much. So meditation is something that I will never stop doing now. Another thing that I've been taking, I started taking it because when I come off the steroids, I started losing hair, and I'm still losing it. I thought it stopped and curved a little bit. It slowed down quite a lot, but I'm still losing quite a lot of hair when I'm washing it and after when I'm brushing. So I've started taking collagen, and I don't know if any of you saw, I did a post on here to ask if anyone takes a particular one, and I had 2 particular ones that came back as recommended, and I've decided to go for the Ancient and Brave Chew Collagen. I've been taking this now, I would probably say about a month, and I've never really suffered with bad skin anyway, so my skin's been great, but the hair loss has started to slow down now, and I'm not going to stop taking it because I don't know. Obviously I'm getting to an age now where I need to take it for my skin and wrinkles, the lot, but I just think that it's just something that we need, and that's the one I've been taking. Like I say, it's only been a month, and I feel like I've had a lot of energy. That's one thing. So maybe it's helping, maybe it's a placebo, I don't know, but I like it because you can't taste it in your coffee in the morning. So yeah, we'll see. So they're all the things I've been doing. I've been taking collagen, I've been meditating, I've been getting out and getting fresh air, I've been eating good, I've been cutting out the things I know I shouldn't eat. Not in the last 2 weeks, let's be honest, it's been Easter, so I've had a lot of chocolate. I've got a few videos lined up because there's just so much to say, and I don't want it all to just ramble into one because there's just too much. So one, I'm going to do one on steroids, and 2, I'm going to do it on the medication I'm on now and how much it's basically saved my life again. I hope that the things I've shared today are just like the little things that you can make a note of, that you can help put into your daily life and that will help you. I will link absolutely everything that I've spoke about in the description box below. I will link the collagen, I will link the evening primrose that I take, I will link the meditations, and anything basically that I've spoke about, in the hope that it will help you guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed this sort of type vlog. Hopefully it can help you, and hopefully you will tune in soon for the next one. If you have any questions, don't forget to leave me a comment. Also like this video if you liked it, and I will look forward to seeing you all soon. Take care, bye.